Let's do Mehul, aka Bandar, aka Blinky Bill. Hey, hey, Blinky Bill. Never catch him standing still, 'cause he's always popping pills. When he blinks, he always blinked like he was serious, or when he was listening to you. He got his name Bandar from D.H. Patel, Damu Ben, because he was monkeying around, so she's like, stop monkeying around, and it stuck. Correct me if I'm wrong. He used to also walk on his toes, or run on his toes, or he had that tipping forward kind of stride. I got my second earring with Mehul. We were into kind of the same look. My first earring was at the Hansil. Those times we used to Skype school. To get the earring, we'd pay 150 shillings for the whole thing and the piercing, so 75 each. I think the two studs themselves were 100 shillings. That time we were into the t-shirts with the skulls and the heavy metal stuff. I used to like tying a check shirt on my waist. We used to like wearing bandanas. Yes. So me and him, we got NFL or one of those American sports team bandanas. I had a black and gray Raiders one. He had a blue orange. Was it Vikings? Vikings? Those were the times we were into adult content. Apart from music, yeah, I mean pictures, videos, whatnot. So when I used to go stay at his house, we would go into his dad's office, which was like a container kind of setup or like a small cabin thing. And on this side, he had these giant batteries, truck batteries, which used to run either the office, the house, or like when they went out of power. And KPLC, Kenya, please light candles. What was it? Kenya Power Lighting Company. We used to sit in his dad's office, and his way of saving his content was in zip files. They would compress all these things. We would watch that, listen to Doggy Style in the background, because slowly we started getting into that scene. Upstairs, he had sauna. How cool is that? I really liked him and his family because they were a little off the beaten track. Family was what they had a Anjali. The little tiny scrappy one was Nikita, and the boy I can't remember the name. Sister Hema. I remember living in that house, and either there was a nightclub going on constantly, or the matatus outside the house were just constantly going off. Anyway, back to Hema. So when we used to hang, they had this station wagon which had 3 rows of seats. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 8-seater. Hema, Jadu, Mehul, Tarang, and I was totally at the back, lying down there. Just picked me up, and I think we had gone to Village Market, and from Village Market we were taking the other road. And while going there, Parith Jadu decided he's going to be driving, or they agreed, or whatever. And this turn they took on Karura Forest took it a bit too hard, or it was going too fast, and we spun. Now, if we spun, because it turned and spun this side, if we spun on the other side, we would be rolling down into Karura Forest. Either the jack or the speaker hit Nemu. I was sleeping, so my legs were touching the door, and my back was on this door. So when I spun, I pushed myself so I didn't get too hurt. And I remember Ice MC think about the way it was playing. Why I remember this is because my mom always misheard it as "Take your bombs away that we live today." Now, Mehul was my introduction to Goa Psytrance or Goa Trance. GMS, Infected Mushroom, Skazi. Skazi had one track. I think it was even called Trek, where there's like truck horns and vampire bats flying, and like I used to like listening to all this and falling asleep. But this song gave me nightmares because it's a more scarier song than anything. And one of the GMS or Infected Mushroom tracks was one of my favorites to listen to because it was a remake on all the OST or soundtracks of Star Wars. They had clips of Chewbacca, they had clips of Darth Vader, I want to say. All these things, they had made it into something just amazing. I'll share a link below. And I used, that time we had the blue iMac, you know, the sexy see-through one. And in the iTunes, if you pressed Command T, you get that psychedelic equalizer effect. So I just listen to psytrance and watch that in my office. And of course, other activities. Now, for Mehul's birthday, I had a little treat for him. We had the treat. He used to stay at my house a lot, so I had this system where I put the speakers near the window, laid it, set it on the grill, and then we went out and we just laid back and listened to one song of Prodigy that has always driven me crazy. Claustrophobic Sting. The ringing and all sorts. It's a very adventurous song. Mehul got an entry into Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I remember watching it with Nazra and Mira and them in Azee House. Even though I was the guest, I was there. The cameraman, I forgot the cameraman's name. I even worked with him, and he's like, "Give me some juicy expressions and whatnot." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll give you some." But the Mehul's round didn't last very long because either the second or fourth question was about something to do with a war, and he, as a lifeline, he called my brother. My brother gave him the wrong answer, so game over. Time went by. Mehul got into. He started working in a company called Bidco, and with this Vimal Shah person, who he just did Vakan, like he was so awesome. And through Vimal, Mehul introduced me to the SWOT and SMART analysis. This was around the same time I had stopped clubbing, and I just wanted something different. I didn't want to do the same routine. Did the SWOT analysis on me: strengths, weaknesses, obstacles, threats. And then to set the goals, we did the SMART analysis, which was specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound. I think I still have it in one of my lyric books or somewhere. How could I forget? There was a time when he invited us, or he got us tickets. I think we bought the tickets for this thing where the chefs graduate at Utali, and we eat there. And I, I don't think I got very far because once I had the camel milk, I just fainted. I was breathless. I fainted. Either it was too strong, or because that was around the time where I was going through a lot of stress, a lot of rage, lot of issues. Oh my gosh, that was like a drama after drama, accidents, bad luck. I really enjoyed time with Mehul because we both did things off the beaten track. We didn't want to date in the same gene pool or things like that. So a big thank you to Mehul. You are basically one of my first steps into self-improvement. Oh my god, Kanjwar. Ak Kanjwar. It's like a goal setting, which were like it's a goal setting of